Hi, my name is Margarita Estrada, the Well-Connected Writer, changing mindsets one presentation at a time. Welcome to part 4 of my 5-part series on how to break through audience exhaustion so that you can take your presentation from good to bam. So let's get started. We covered visual exhaustion, auditory exhaustion, physical exhaustion with my very poor imitation of Julia Child. Yes, I admit it. It was bad. And finally today, emotional exhaustion, the heart. Your audience is emotionally exhausted from number one, all the news and all the social media and all the negativity that's going on and not knowing what's true and what's not. Secondly, from having to be parents, teachers, and employees in the same house. Can you imagine what that's like? Is exhausting. And third, and not least, from worrying about the future, thinking about what things were like, and trying to stay positive in a grim world. I'll repeat that. Worrying about the future, thinking about how things used to be, and trying to stay present when this present looks pretty grim. As presenters, it's our job to ensure that our audience stays with us, that we take them to a different place, right, to a more positive place. So how can we do that? Hint number 1, make sure that you acknowledge how they feel. So when you open up your presentation, you say, thank you so much for allowing me to be in your presence at this point in time. I know that you're going through emotional distress right now, but for this moment that you're with me, I want to take you to another place, to another level where you can see yourself out of this situation, right? So this way, you're acknowledging how they're feeling and you're telling them, you know, I want to take you somewhere else. I want to see you through this experience. Hint number 2, incorporate a game show in your presentation. That's right. Game shows are extremely popular because for that point in time, everybody is away from their reality. So definitely incorporate a game show in your presentation, and you can even give them a virtual certificate with their picture on it, or a medal, a virtual medal, something that makes them feel good, because everybody loves prizes. I know that I love prizes, but everybody loves prizes. And number 3, have them do something positive for themselves. For example, I have incorporated in my life now for, I would say, 6 years, the positivity jar. And this is something that I recommend to all of my audiences. Keep a positivity jar. So what I do is that I write down something positive that has happened to me during the day. For example, I'm delivering this presentation, this short video clip to you, and I'll write that down and I'll dump it in here. Weeks later, or even a couple of days later, if things get a little grim, I'll look in here as a reminder that, you know what, this too shall pass. So definitely have them do something, either write a journal or do jumping jacks, or they have to do something physical so that this way their heart says, okay, thank you. Thank you for doing this for me. My name is Margarita Estrada, the Well-Connected Writer, changing mindsets one presentation at a time. Remember my 3 hints. Number 1, acknowledge how they're feeling. Number 2, incorporate a game show into your presentation. And number 3, have them do something positive, like the positivity jar. Next week, we discuss mental exhaustion, because remember, everything begins up here, right? This rules everything else. See you next week.